Hello everyone, this is Sage of Calidor. Um, it has been a while since I recorded a video. I know this is different than what I initially planned. Um, my last video was um, a Lord of the Rings theme, and I talked about doing some more regarding Lord of the Rings. But something has been on my mind for several months now, I believe. I think at least at the beginning of the year, maybe more than that. I think maybe a year. How long has it been since Warhammer 3 Total War has been revealed? Anyway, I admit I'm breaking a rule with this video because, well, I haven't been talking about elves for a while, and this is about chaos, my sworn enemy. But, and it kind of also has to do with a little story that happened. Of something that happened when all this thing started, but we're going to, and it revolves Valkia the Blood Queen, Valkia the Bloody, Valkia the Gore Queen. I may have made a mistake with saying that, and I apologize, but anyway, let's talk about Valkia the Blood Queen, and yeah, let's get started. Anyway, this video is going to be a little bit of a lore um, video, a little bit of other things. Anyway, who is Valkia? Well, she is a she was a Norsekin, and she was the daughter of the leader of the Skavarvasvolf tribe, translated to Black Wolf tribe. And her father was a chieftain, and um, ever since she was a child, she was raised in the art of war. She was a shield maiden of her father, and she would, as she got older, lead warriors into battle. And she's um was quite ferocious and quite ruthless. She killed anyone who tried to take her power. And she even killed her husband when he showed open disrespect to the gods. And well, it was also because she gave birth to two daughters and he didn't like that. And um so she killed him with that, but um, she also led her tribe very well. winning numerous battles, making them stronger, absorbing weaker tribes into hers. But it all ended when she met a demon princess Slanesh, Lokapax, who was smitten by her feral beauty, which I can't blame him. I mean, yeah. I mean, that picture looks nice, doesn't it? And so he wanted her to join her harem as one of his slaves, in which she was flew into a rage and demanded a duel, and she managed to win, struck off the demon prince's head with her spear, and decided to she carry it to the Chaos Waste and place it at the foot of Khorne's throne. And she led a force onward to um, give this gift to Khorne. And she fought off numerous attempts from the forces of Slanesh to give the head to Khorne as a gift. But eventually, the forces of the Prince of Pleasure overwhelmed her defenses, and despite her efforts, I mean, Valkia was very close to the Khorne's realm, but then she tried her best, and she fell, dying, dead. And in spite of her failure, you see, Khorne had his eyes on her for a long time and was working on trying to bring her to him. And he was really enraged. The sagas of the Norse can say that Khorne's roar shook the very foundations of the earth and made the mountains tremble from Valkia's death. And so he took Valkia's soul, who was still burning with rage, her dying body, and went through a process. And I'm going to read it. Pay close attention. He bent back great horns from her skull, gave her long wings of a bloodletter, and pulled gave her the legs of a bloodletter and pulled great bloody wings from the flesh and muscle of her back, and granted her more gifts. And Valkia was reborn as a demon princess. Essentially, he reforged her as a demon prince or a princess, and she was granted the demon princess Slanesh became a part of her shield. Her sorry, something's going on outside. Her spear, which was already reforged, was stronger, and she was given an awesome, stronger set of armor, and led um, she led a force of worshippers of Khorne to destroy her former tribe, thus cutting her off from any ties with her mortal life. But afterwards, she was famous or infamous for various actions. She would lay waste to Norskins that show disfavor to Khorne, burn the lands of the Empire. She even raided Nagaroth uh, until the captain of the Black Guard fought her to a standstill, and to warriors of Khorne that pleased corn that fell in battle, she brought to his that was well brought, essentially like what Valkyries did in Norse mythology, brought dead warriors to Korn's throne that pleased him, and she became known as the Bride of Korn. So anyway, we got this version of Valkia, the Blood Queen, the Bloody, and I admit I'm a little bit disappointed with the design choice. I mean, I get it, they're trying to work with the model, but I like the other version better. And she has been out for over a month, and we got, well, she's a bit more of a, I think, with her spear, her armor, and her shield, she seems to be more of a character that can take damage and dish out damage. But I think she should have the rule of a duelist, because she fits more of a duelist type Korn character than Scarbrand. But anyway, that is what I think about it. I will admit, and I will be honest with you guys, I selected this video because I got involved in an argument with someone over a year ago. I know, really immature, and I'm sorry, but it has to do with the argument over whether or not Valkia is a demon princess, which I like how Creative Assembly gave her an ability to become demonic when you get one of her skills. I think it is very helpful, but this is a story, and I'm not going to make names, but there's a few well-known YouTube commentators who think she is not a demon prince, and they hate it whenever it's mentioned. I mean, when I tried to argue this standpoint when Warhammer 3 was starting to come out, I got kicked off of this guy's channel because I wouldn't drop it all because it said it was retconned according to Warhammer 8th edition. But I'm going to tell you this, Valkia was demonic in Warhammer 7th edition, and she was a demon princess. I apologize if you hear some noises. My cat is playing around in the back, and it is fine. Anyway, she anyway, I was kicked off of one guy's channel. I kicked off the chat just because I wouldn't drop it. And this underlines into a problem. Games Workshop has a tendency to go back and forth on their lore and on their canon. And I will say this, sometimes retcon may be necessary, but it needs to be done within the rules of the current context. And Games Workshop didn't do that with Valkia. And I'm going to give you a reason, because this is a story. Valkia went to, we talked about Valkia went to Korn's gate. She was at Korn's door, and she died. And Korn was filled with rage. And Korn took Valkia's soul, Korn took Valkia's soul and melded her into a form more to his liking. He bent back great horns from her skull. he pulled great bloody wings and made her and altered her according to his liking. The process of which it is mentioned, if you read the book Valkia the Bloody, book by Sarah Cockwell, describes the process of osmosis. And if you watch how Yuri, the original character of the Demon Prince, who is the legendary lord of the Legion of Chaos faction, I believe, it shows osmosis. So Valkia went through osmosis. So by all right, according to the lore of which is established, she is a Demon Prince. Or Demon Princess, depending on how specific you want to be. But, Games Workshop 8th edition says she does not have the demonic special traits. However, they did not change her backstory. If you read the description, it would go through the process that Khorne shifted her into a face much to his liking. And Valkia was pretty much dead, or nearly dead at that point, similar to Yuri. It was something, so if you look at it, this is one of the cases in which Games Workshop has a problem with inconsistency, and it is annoying. And I have a theory that it may be due to balancing mechanics for games, and to show that, I'm going to give you a few examples. But that is for another video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry if it appeared rushed and seemed a little bit cut when I started to record this. Something happened and I was busy for a while and I haven't yet gotten around to it. I am planning on doing better with getting more of these videos out there, so keep faith and keep following me and keep sharing this channel. This is the Sage of Calidor. Thank you all for coming. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.